City of Stevens Point Zoning Board of Appeals meeting, recorded November 9, 2022.
Okay, so it's 6 o'clock, so we'll call this meeting to order. I don't know who does the roll call. Does one of
I
us do?
I will do that, and I will take care of the minutes. And everybody is here except George, right?
I believe so.
Okay,
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is to select a temporary chairperson for tonight's meeting. Does anyone want to make a motion?
I make the motion that you be the chair.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
who seconded?
I seconded
Okay.
Grisha.
Okay, so item number 3 on the agenda is to move into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Stats 1985 1A. So again, we would need a motion for that.
I make a motion, we move into closed session.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
No. Who said, did you second it?
Yeah, I second it.
Okay. Chris, right?
Yeah, yep, Chris.
You have to do roll call on that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So just 1 second, I will do that. Markham,
Aye.
Day,
Aye.
Doug, how do I pronounce it?
Adoba.
Adagba,
Aye.
Tiffany,
Aye.
Schrader,
Aye.
Klein.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, so the motion passes to go
Right.
into closed session.
Right, and I'll just explain. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zoning Board of Appeals is convening into closed session to conduct further deliberations regarding the hearing that was held on the request for an administrative appeal. I can't give you a precise time. I don't think it's going to be a real long deliberation. But at the conclusion of the deliberation, the Zoning Board of Appeals will reconvene into open session, and will make an announcement regarding any decision that it may have considered regarding the administrative appeal of the zoning department decision. So if I could ask everyone to exit the room. The Zoning Board of Appeals has completed its deliberations and has given direction to council to finalize a decision regarding the appeal that was filed for a review of the decision by the zoning department. The decision in draft form is roughly 5 or 6 pages, contains a discussion of the rationale and the background for the decision. What I'm going to do now is read the conclusion from the decision. Then I've been directed by the Zoning Board of Appeals to make some changes to the final document, and then I will do so within the course of the next 2 days and file that with the zoning department and forward a copy to the petitioner applicant as well. There's not going to be any discussion about this. This is an announcement of the decision and the finalizing of the deliberations by the Zoning Board of Appeals. Based upon a review of the language in the zoning ordinance and all of the information provided at hearing, the Board of Appeals concludes that the work activities described by the applicant during the hearing constitutes a home occupation under the ordinance language and therefore finds that the work activities as described would not constitute a violation of the zoning ordinance. The Board of Appeals specifically relies upon the descriptions and information provided by the applicant regarding the work activities that are being performed. Any change in the work activities or functions performed by the applicant different from what has been described and presented by the applicant could result in a conclusion that that change would not qualify as an exemption under the zoning ordinance requirements. The Board of Appeals expects the applicant to limit the work activities to what is allowed in the definition under the ordinance, and would expect the zoning department would pursue further enforcement if it is shown that the applicant modified the work activities from the applicable definition in the ordinance. That's the conclusion of the Zoning Board of Appeals. A motion and a second was made, and the decision as outlined was approved by the Zoning Board of Appeals in the closed session at the conclusion of its deliberation process. As I've explained to everyone, I will be submitting a final decision. There have to be some word changes as I've been directed to make, and then I will submit that to the appropriate parties, and from the Zoning Board of Appeals perspective, the matter is considered concluded. At this point in time, it would be appropriate for the Board of Appeals to make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Who made the second?
Stefan. Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And at this point in time, then, the meeting is adjourned. I thank the Board of Appeals. I thank the applicant. I thank the city for their presentations, for all of the information they've provided, and we will proceed from there. Thank you all.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.